the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Well, first thing we pretty much talked about when we got into the KBJ show today was all of the videos and emails that we got last night about the SpaceX Starship rocket that exploded about 90 seconds after takeoff. They got the stage booster rocket back and caught that with those mechanical arms, so that was good, but apparently there was maybe a fire on board that happened before the rocket went spinning out of control. Now, SpaceX has not announced where the debris landed, but you could see it clearly here from South Florida and the Bahamas. You could see it as well, and they even grounded flights at Palm Beach International, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and Orlando airports to deal with it in kind of a scary visual in an Instagram video that somebody had posted up that was on a passenger plane as the debris is coming their way.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was a pretty crazy sight to see, which you can check out on KVJ TV on YouTube, which it's kind of nutty. So one person asked, I'd like to get your opinion on what you would do if you were on an airplane and you saw a rocket explode out the window. And that is a good question. I don't know. I mean, I think you would be like, part of you would be marveling, but of course, the closer it gets, the concern starts to rise. You are on a plane and are very vulnerable. So I don't know. What about you, Virginia? How do you handle it?
It just takes one piece of debris from the rocket to hit your plane to ground your flight.
Right.
So I'm definitely a little distressed.
Yeah.
Are the pilots watching this?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, there were some, I heard some of the correspondence that was going on. The pilots were talking to air traffic control, and I don't think they necessarily knew what it was at first, but they're like, hey, we got some stuff up here. It's kind of coming our way.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so that was, that part was a little unnerving. So I don't know if they'll do any kind of regulations on that or if that's just the way it is. I might want to check to see if they got any rocket launches scheduled when I'm going to be taking a flight.
Yeah. Can I not be flying when you guys are doing those rocket launches?
Mm-hmm. Now, this is quite the 911 call that we got here from Florida man Justin Blackston. He was arrested after repeatedly calling 911 on February 26th. He had a couple interesting things he was saying. He was threatening to assassinate President Trump, and he was going to launch some missiles at New York City.
Oh, wow, from Florida or just...
I guess so. The guy's from Loxahatchee.
Well, that's quite a reach.
I don't know if he has a missile base in Loxahatchee.
That is a big reach right there.
It is, yeah. He identifies himself as Justin Blaze, and he also claimed to be a Confederate soldier seeking revenge.
I'm not going to talk too much trash if he's local. I'm going to...
You're going to let Justin Blaze go?
Yeah, sounds like...
You don't want to make the list?
Well, it just sounds like he will show up at your house.
Yeah. He also told police to inform the FBI that he was a, quote, mass murderer.
Oh.
Yeah, so...
Yeah,
horrifying.
I got nothing to say.
Okay, yeah, here's a bit of that 911 call.
Well, Blackston made multiple 911 calls on February 26th, which prompted deputies to drive to his Loxahatchee home.
Tell the FBI that I'm a mass murderer. I need a ride to the airport to be taken to Trump Tower, to the White House, so I can assassinate the president.
Deputies say when they arrived, he was nowhere to be found. But the next day, they were able to arrest him on several charges, including making threats to discharge a destructive device.
I'm about to launch the missiles and to destroy New York. I'm a Confederate soldier, and I'm getting revenge. My missiles are attracted to Donald Trump's tower.
Every threat is going to get some level of attention. What really normally happens, though, is you're looking at not necessarily the words that were said, but a lot of the behaviors that might surround those words.
Was it me or did Justin Blaze not sound sober?
Someone got some bad mushrooms, Kevin.
Okay.
It does smell like shrooms.
Yeah.
Someone might have gotten into the shrooms.
Yeah. Well, the Coast Guard's doing their role to try to take away Justin Blaze's stash. They confiscated 6 tons of cocaine worth $141 million on 6 vessels, with 17 suspects being apprehended in the Caribbean.
Whoa.
He was on drugs?
Working hard, baby. Former Olympic snowboarder Ryan Wedding is accused of leading a major drug trafficking organization and orchestrating murders and is now on the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives list.
Oh, my.
This is a guy who was an Olympian.
What the hell?
They're offering a $10 million reward for information leading to his capture.
Now, will he be in the Winter Olympics or he's out?
I think he's been disqualified.
But now we know why he went so high and fast.
Wow.
Yeah, you're right.
2 LA residents were arrested in Indiana after police found 40 pounds of meth inside Cheetos bags at a local post office. It's an interesting way to smuggle it.
Okay.
Cheetos.
But that story can't get any more methy than that.
It's very methy. It's a methy story. Florida man Julio Trejo claims that he was set up by his ex and the police officer she was dating, leading to a false arrest. Now, Trejo was arrested for violating a restraining order, but Trejo now says that his ex-girlfriend's detective, Pedro Perez of the Homestead Police Force, was romantically involved with her. Oh. And Trejo shared text messages obtained through a public records request. One text included Perez saying, "So do you want me to try to get him before next Friday?" With the ex-girlfriend responding with, "Can you do it Friday morning? That way he misses his hearing and the judge will grant the restraining order."
Oh.
Yikes.
Whoa. Did you guys not think that your text messages were going to be looked at by police?
It's crazy how many criminals, they don't know that.
You just texted your whole murder plan.
Even when you delete your text messages, they're going to find them.
Don't text your murder plan.
Homestead Police released a statement saying the matter is subject to pending litigation.
Look, we are against murder here. We really are. But come on.
We're against sloppy murder.
We're also against sloppiness.
Wow. 56-year-old Shelley Hardwick got into a verbal altercation with her boyfriend last Sunday in Dunedin, Florida. Things then got serious when she picked up a whole watermelon and threw it at him.
What did he do?
It's a great question. He is a good athlete, though. He dodged the watermelon chuck.
Okay.
At least that one. And when the police showed up, she denied trying to hit the boyfriend, but the cops looked at him and they saw that there were watermelon seeds on his face and clothing. So she obviously connected with one of them.
Damn, taken down by a watermelon seed.
Yeah, okay. She was arrested and is now wearing an ankle bracelet and can't talk to him. And they said, you know what, lay off the booze, too. Authorities are searching for the alleged arsonist who caught on fire while he was setting a car ablaze in Corona, California. The video is amazing.
That's karma.
It shows an unidentified man standing next to a black sedan via a home's Ring doorbell camera, and then flames suddenly erupt from his hand, quickly turning into a large explosion. When the initial intensity of the explosion subsides, the man can be seen as he hurtles over the property's fence and runs down the street, all while on fire.
Oh, my.
Police are saying that the fire destroyed the car and caused some damage to a nearby home. So I've seen that happen a couple times here lately.
We have too, yeah. Well, they're going to put the accelerant, and the accelerant gets on them, then they throw the match, and then all of a sudden they're on fire. You're like, duh.
Yep.
Did it still stop, drop and roll? Is that the main thing you want to do if you catch yourself on fire?
I guess so. I don't know if it's going to help in that case.
Scream, curse, and run was what that guy did. Not the same as stop, drop, and roll.
No,
it's
right.
not as effective.
Might make you feel better in the
You're
end.
just
I don't know.
fanning the flames.
Did you see the photo that I did on Nextdoor showing the train guardrail arms not lowering in one direction as a Brightline train was going through an intersection in Jupiter?
Oh, no.
No, but I'm finding out so much stuff on my next door, man. You're right. I'm obsessed with it.
The town of Jupiter is admitting that some of the arms are not lowering, and they're offering up the advice of caution when proceeding these intersections when a train might be coming. They reported to Brightline and to the FEC.
All right, we got to treat these like a stop sign then,
Wow.
y'all.
That ain't cool.
You do not want to mess with that bright line. It is going really fast.
Yep.
Please use it as a stop sign.
Gotta tell you, the friendly skies have gotten a little bit sexy here lately. There's a woman on a Southwest Airlines flight from Houston to Phoenix that apparently stripped down naked and walked to the front of the plane yelling.
Was she sexy though? Because I saw the pixelated picture and I was trying to look and see. Like,
Yeah.
she didn't look sexy to me.
Maybe not.
She looked a little horrifying.
At one point, she started banging on the cockpit doors, demanding to be let in, and even started rubbing her naked body all over a female flight attendant.
Did they let her in?
No, they did not, and they removed her from the plane after it landed, and they took her in for a psychiatric examination.
Once again, she got into the shrooms.
There was a flight attendant who was fired by Alaska Airlines for twerking on a plane. Her name is Nellie Diala, and she said she was just proud of herself and said, I didn't think that my video on my post was going to be deemed inappropriate.
Wait, so she was on?
It was an empty plane. She was making a video of her in her uniform twerking on the plane, and that went viral because she looks good. She's like, I didn't think it was going to be considered inappropriate, but it was.
Too bad. I think they should have just given her a little slap on the wrist and
did.
said, hey, your twerk looks good, girl, first of all, but
Right.
you can't be doing it on the plane, passengers or not. Now go about your biz.
I mean, the company, they don't want you twerking. When
I
they-
get it.
They don't, I mean,
In
I
their
look-
uniform on their plane.
But there was nobody on the plane. No one was safety risked.
It's the same thing when you see medical people doing dances in the hospital.
Yep.
As soon as something goes wrong, you go, you were making a TikTok video. You were
The
dancing.
guy in room 3 was coding out.
As you were dancing to the new hip song, you didn't hear.
And how do you feel about the sexy stripping cop, Bird? There's an NYPD detective who appeared in a hip-hop video where she's seen crawling around on a strip club dance floor, flaunting her body while being showered with dollar bills.
She's like a 9.5 out of 10.
And she's a cop, and they didn't like that.
I have not yet heard what's going to happen. Now, she does make $144K a year in the Special Victims Unit. Melissa Mercado is a 7-year veteran. No word I haven't seen yet as to whether or not she's being disciplined for it, but yeah.
And she'll now make 1.5 on OnlyFans.
Probably right.
1.5 mil.
She's like, I'm not making enough as a cop.
She's really good looking.
This is how we do. It's the KBJ Show.